Hello everyone, welcome to Cellopedia, this is Maxim. Today we will try to figure out the way to use thumb. Have you been playing cello for a while, but not comfortable playing some of the music which requires thumb position? Or you tried to use thumb but didn't like it because there was so much pain after you use it just for a couple of minutes? And you might even think why to use thumb when we could use just 4 fingers as we do in lower positions? I'll try to answer all of those questions, give you a few tips, and hopefully exploring the cello will become real fun for you. Let's tune and get to work. First thing we need to figure out how to get to the thumb position. We were happily playing the first positions, and all of a sudden you have to switch to that. First of all, you need to prepare your thumb. You could see that I was trying to prepare thumb, even though when I played G, I didn't have to lift it, but I knew that in a moment the thumb will have to go here, switch from the position on behind the neck to the position when you actually have it on top of the fingerboard. We can do it just a few times, even without playing. Your thumb will make this kind of motion. It will go around the neck of the cello. Of course, in a faster tempo, it will not be as noticeable, or in other words, you will not have to prepare it that much time in advance. And if you forget about this, you will be in trouble. Next question. Why to use thumb? We do it to be able to play faster, to cover more real estate here, and in simple words, to compete with other instruments like a violin. Violinists have advantage of having the notes much closer to each other. And with cello, we always have to cover more distance. And having an extra finger at our disposal help us to cover more distance. Most of the cellists use thumb in the following way. You have to cover A and D strings and just perhaps gently touch G string, because when you will be using thumb, you will be pressing on 1 or 2 strings at the same time. When you have to press on all 3 strings, it becomes too much, too painful. You will not be able to move fast enough. Therefore, you will be making extra effort to press on each string, and it will be wasted. It is extremely helpful to use harmonics when you just start using thumb. You need to find a harmonic and just put your thumb right there. Remember, you put it over A and D strings, and the end of the thumb should be somewhere where G string is. But you are not going to press on the G string. Keep your thumb roughly 90 degrees towards fingerboard. Of course, we're not going to measure it, and everyone's thumb is unique shape. Some people have it very curved, some people have it almost straight. So you make an effort to keep it 90 degrees, and you have to make sure that other fingers will be in a position which will allow them to fall down on the string. If you have your thumb in this position, all other fingers have no use. So the most important thing will be to figure out which angle will allow your fingers to be right over the string you are going to use. And the next step will be to figure out few notes on D and A strings. Again, I recommend not to press all the way with the thumb, take advantage of D harmonic and A harmonic. And then try to play D major scale, starting with the thumb on D string. You'll have to do it a number of times. And this position is very frequently used. I consider it the first upper register position, the same way as its first position here. You use it a lot, and the knowledge where it is will help you to figure out all higher positions too. Don't forget to check your bow position. Playing here, you will shorten the string a lot. And that means if you're touching the same spot on the string with the bow as you do in the first position, will not make a good sound. When you are in the upper positions, you have to move the bow much closer to the bridge. If you forget about this, it will sound something like that. And if you properly adjust the bow position and move it closer to the bridge, you will get this kind of sound. Much more clear and pleasant. Few words about sore thumb. Yes, it's inevitable. You'll have to press on the string with the part of your thumb you never used before. You might remember that tips of your fingers hurt a bit when you just started playing cello. The same will happen with thumb. Your skin will have to harden a bit. You might get few blisters. If you get a blister, of course be careful. Maybe stop using thumb for a while until it heals and do it again. And little by little you will build the callus here. That means you will be playing longer without feeling pain. And no worries, if you don't like to have callus with your thumb, you stop using it and in a few weeks it will be the same as new. Don't forget to let me in comments what else you would like to know about thumb. This is just introductory lesson. There are many other things to talk about, and I'm sure we'll have very productive conversation with you. Stay tuned and see you on Cellopedia soon.